So it is a rainy morning in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm Greg Wittstock, the pond guy. This is not my channel though. This is Ed Ballou, the pond professor's place. We are gonna be putting in a water feature either right up here where I want it or out back where Tussey is. I met Tanner from SerpaDesign. When he put in a formal water feature in his backyard, everybody was shouting it out that I should come out here and work with him. And so here we are today. Wow, this is a wide open back here too. So let me introduce you to Tanner from SerpaDesign. And this was his first water feature that you built, right?
First water feature ever. Did it all by hand. Dug it with a shovel. My bare feet a lot of the time.
That's cool. That's cool.
You gotta do a collab with Greg. It was non-stop.
Ed, that's pretty nice, isn't it?
Beautiful.
And then we got Weston from Tussey here that came all the way from Podunkville. So you tell me what you were thinking, and
so my vision.
And then I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
We're putting on a new deck, and so I want to utilize that as much as possible.
Oh, there's the rocks.
What the heck is that? Pretty much like right where Greg is standing. I want it kind of right here. The long-term vision is to turn this into a natural pond as well and have it come out, I don't know, probably be like twice the size it is.
Okay, talking about general design stuff, I like to have as much room as possible for the backdrop of around the waterfall. So I do like the idea of having the waterfall in the back because then you have that nice canopy there. Yeah. The problem is if the waterfall is real close, like as soon as we start getting high, you don't want this waterfall jutting up and then dropping down. So if we're going to do a waterfall, it's going to have to be 10 feet away or so.
I can see it there too though, like I see both.
Here's the thing. You always say you start with the start with a small pond. The next thing you want is a bigger one.
Yeah.
I see yourself getting your feet wet here. All right, with this one. Let's do something bigger in the back. Where if we put this one in the back now, a year from now, we're like, man, I wish this one was bigger.
Yeah, we'll end up ripping that one out.
Rip it out.
Hey, thanks for the faith, brother.
It'll be awesome.
When I saw this, I'm like, we're building this guy a pond. Look at this room.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Just take a quick sniff.
Whoa. Smells like the forest. That is awesome.
Yeah, see look, the ISO pond right there.
Oh my goodness.
Look at these little mini micro ones.
Maybe like 30 out.
The African bullfrog. The thing is massive.
Nothing. The way that I set all this stuff up is it's kind of like the ponds. It's like you set it up naturally, no upkeep. A more natural, easier way to keep
Absolutely.
stuff. But it looks
amazing. Looks incredible.
I'd love to do a two-facing waterfall. So maybe one facing, side view from the street, front view from the driveway, and then obviously for the sound turning back in. And then I'd like to get the water feature up close.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, is pulling some of this out a little bit and getting it in a little tighter.
Right, here you go.
I would agree.
Master design. So the guys from Tussey showed up. They're about 95 miles away. There are local certified Aquascape contractors out in that area. And then we have another guy from Pittsburgh, Kevin Soergel, Soergel Landscape, that is out here in this area. He showed up to help us out today. All right, Eddie, what do you got, bud?
After discussing with Tanner, we came up with a new design over here. We're gonna have our waterfall tucked in back over in the corner. Laid out a simple design, and that's because this is not a huge pond. On a smaller pond, you don't want to create all types of really intricate coves and things like that, because the rocks are gonna make those coves disappear. It's gonna have a nice big open water area for some fish and things like that, but we'll also have a series of shelves inside. From a flow perspective, is you see how the pond kind of narrows down to one point. So this is the narrower spot. This is replicating nature. Whenever you see a waterfall coming in nature, it's going to kind of carve those pockets and pools out a little bit. So we're going to have water kind of dumping in over here, and then it will widen itself out, and then we'll have our skimmer located somewhere over on that back edge from a circulation standpoint. We laid it out with an extension cord. It allows us to position it exactly. So if we come in with spray paint and just start marking stuff, we're going to end up changing things. So this gives us a little bit of flexibility.
What time do we got, Tanner?
9:05.
9:05. All right. Let's unload the kit. Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming out.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, making progress. It is raining on us. Story of the year. We got all of our stone dropped off already, which is great. We have our skimmer in place, the rest of our pond kit and all the components are sitting over here, kind of out of the mud and everything. There's a biofall sitting back over on that side. But we dropped in our skimmer, set the proper elevations, and now we're going through the excavation process. We're getting all the shelves taken care of. Matt is sitting up here on top of the berm, so the nice thing about that, that's making it nice and compacted. Problem with that is, though, we can't get our biofalls in yet. So we're just gonna drop this down a little bit more. We're putting in a series of shelves inside of the pond. Those are for different types of aquatic plantings. This first shelf is approximately 12 inches deep, but actually 8 inches of water. So we'll have some liner and some stonework exposed up on that top edge. This will create a nice little transition zone. Now from a design perspective, we're gonna have obviously landscaping and everything. We have this tree over here in the background, get some more plant material over in here just to kind of blend all that together. Waterfall is gonna start kind of where his excavator bucket is at. So we'll have terrestrial plantings on the outside, transition down into some aquatics. This area right over in here is gonna kind of be the fish viewing area. So we're not gonna have a lot of aquatic plants there other than some low growing stuff, creeping jenny, that type of a thing that just kind of helps soften up some of those rocks. Same thing over on this side, because you can tell the view from the street. We don't want to have a lot of big aquatic vegetation over here. Probably be more little accent plantings and things like that. And the rest of it will be opened up for fish, and then we'll have areas in the deeper sections for water lilies. Rain is picking up. Well, thankfully Matt's in the excavator. He can take care of it for us. He's not even getting rid of it. Alright, rain has finally stopped. We're making progress. We got our rocks coming in on the bottom. We got some cool fish caves over in here for some of his catfish. Early on, we discussed where the biofalls was going to sit. That's going to be the point of the water. So that's where the water is going to be discharged from our pumping system. So over here, we have our mechanical skimmer filter. We have a 3,000 gallon per hour pump. We have our 1.5 inch line going around the outside perimeter. Over here, that's where the biofalls is going to be discharged. We're going to have the waterfall coming out, facing kind of towards the street. It's going to fall into a little bit of a pooling area, and then it's going to come into view right towards the seating area over in here. But I'm loving the way those rocks are coming together. It's kind of opening that up. We're trying to utilize those interesting faces on the natural stone. So this is a beautiful local stone. It's a nice sandstone material. So all that water is going to kind of come right in between that little joint over in there. All right, Weston, how's everything coming?
Slightly humid. That's crisp. We're making Tanner happy.
Absolutely. I love that little, got some nice mossy pieces up there. That's going to be perfect for that. What is it called?
Hypnomoss.
Hypnomoss. Nice.
Same what's on that rock.
Okay.
And I got about four or five different kinds that we're going to put around here.
Awesome.
Bob Moss on the job.
All right, starting back up after lunch. Thankfully, the rain has stopped, but we got a bunch of water underneath our liner. We have to wash everything down, fill this up with water, and start getting all that stout from underneath. Weston is finishing up some of that little top edge over there. Basically start washing everything down. We're gonna move the excavator, set our biological filter, and then start to try to shape that berm out a little bit so we could start doing the waterfall. We're also gonna start installing the dosing system. Some of the lights are going in as well. So we have some of the electrical cords are coming out from the outside perimeter, so we can start cooking that stuff up. And we are looking good.
All right, Ed, what you doing?
Flopping around in the pond while we are building a waterfall. So check this stuff out. This is stuff that he's found in the local woods. So we're gonna try to put this stuff in at different strategic locations to allow the plants and the mosses and everything to grow around it. Nice thing about the stone that Weston and the Tussey team did is they brought out sandstone. So this is a porous stone, so it's going to suck up that moisture and it's going to allow all that moss to continue to grow and cover and soften all this stuff up. What I like about it is we have 3 different waterfalls. So we're trying to break things up. We have multiple pools and it's really going to spread everything out. And this is an important part of the filtration. We have the biological filter on top, but by mixing in the wood and the different riffle areas with lots of river rock and gravel, that's all a big, huge biological filter. Planting it up with all different types of aquatic vegetation is going to do, it's a phytoremediation system. All that stuff will suck up the nutrients generated by the fish waste.
All right, it is 3 o'clock and the pond is being filled. We're a little bit behind schedule with the mud, but we're still gonna get it done. Unless Kevin drinks all the water.
Look at his shoes.
Ed, the hands of an artist, right there.
Got it.
Hi, Alyssa. Did you bring your work boots? We tried to convince your husband to put it in the backyard, but he insisted we put it in the front.
I thought it was going in the backyard. I'm a little bit surprised.
What do you think?
It looks good.
You know what my favorite thing already about it is? The view from inside that room right there, looking down into the pond.
Couch now.
All right, final details. And the sun has come out now that we're done. But check out the waterfall. Love all that little rock and moss. Greg, what are you doing? Little finishing touches, huh?
I love the plants, the decorations on the Christmas tree.
I love the ferns. Just fantastic.
The extra 10%, right?
Absolutely. But I love just these little pockets and pools and little planted areas and all that stuff. Biofalls is totally hidden up. Reuse that rock from the backyard, which is great.
What time is it, boys?
Time to turn the waterfall on.
Wow, okay, so within 50 minutes in pretty tough conditions. Alyssa, are you ready to do the honors, please? So we'll go ahead and have you plug it in. All right, the skimmer is on. It's starting to draw. You can hear, and we're about to give birth to a new waterfalls. Ooh, I love the sound already. Look at that log. One more. And there it is, the birth of a new waterfalls.
It's awesome.
Ah, this is so fun. This is the team from Tussey and Kevin Soergel, Soergel Landscapes, that came out here and dedicated their time to build this. Everybody, I love my job. Oh, that was bad. Let's do it again. I love my job. Woohoo!
All right, another successful build. Check this out. We got everything set up. Skimmer over here hidden. We got our dosing system. We're gonna send Tanner out a fake stump to cover up all that stuff. Dropped in the ferns, the little finishing touches. Waterfall turned out incredible. Love the sound. Love the moss, the little stumps. This is Tanner's second pond build, and a little bit different than your first one. A little bit just different styles. I love the one in back. Your water quality is incredible. Your filter system you created is awesome. What was your favorite part today?
Okay.
Well, I guess stopping rain is one of them, right?
Yeah. We incorporated some really cool pieces of driftwood into this waterfall.
I love it.
It's cool because this is 2 separate pieces.
Right.
So you mesh them together to look like a single unit. So you could picture this was like a stump of a tree, and this part eroded out or got eaten by critters.
Yep.
And then the water worked its way through, and we added all kinds of different mosses. I got some sphagnum moss here, so it's more of a semi-aquatic type of moss, so it's going to grow probably a lot better than these ones will.
Yep. We had some of these plants already in the back from your other pond, right?
Yeah, so the irises actually came from the side of the house.
Okay.
Hyacinth, those came from my other pond. Foxtail is what we got from the other pond. So.
Yep. down right there, that's where the magic happens, right? That's your laboratory. You got all your cool tanks. You have your all your equipment for editing your videos. And that's the, you know, where you just sit and dream and think about all this cool stuff, right?
Yeah, SerpaDesign World Headquarters.
That's awesome.
Bioactive setups.
Yep.
And essentially what it does is it utilizes things that happen in nature. So for example, we have detritivores in here, so isopods and springtails. And what they do is they break down the animal's waste. They also eat the leaf litter. And once all that gets broken down, it becomes nutrients for the plants that are in there. So you don't need to fertilize the setup or anything like that.
Wow.
Acts just like nature.
And what do you have in here? So you just have the gecko?
Crested gecko here, and a crested gecko in here. This is
Okay.
Henry. He was an adoptee.
So I've loved coming out, getting to know you a little bit, having a fun time, building with you, having this personal experience coming down here, just checking out all this stuff. It's just been awesome. I've been following you, you know, on YouTube and everything, and I just love everything that you create. And it's just because I think we have a very similar philosophy. So I love designing stuff to mimic nature, utilizing the right materials, and try to set up the right ecosystem for the different animals, which is just a lot of fun. And, you know, going out in nature and getting all these ideas, you know, going out to the lakes and the rivers and the streams and gathering stuff, and then kind of reverse engineering, figuring out, okay, here's this ecosystem for this whole animal. Man, just the results. I am blown away, and I love my water features, but I tell you what, I got to build some of these. So stay tuned for that stuff, as that'll be coming up soon. I can guarantee it. Thanks for your hospitality. Thank you for showing us around. And if you like this stuff, you know, check out Pond Professor. We're going to be creating more and more content just like this, hooking you up with the right people so you could expand your horizons and really kind of get in touch with the environment. All right, appreciate it.
Take care.
We'll see you soon.